Welcome to the 90th anniversary slides, remembering Anne and Stanley, and special greetings to Mary. We were graced by the presence of Richard Ede and Jane Marshall for the portraits about 1825. Any family likeness? We also had a copy of the bust of the bronze copy. Here are my three Charles Marshalls whose baptism registers were open. My maternal grandmother, the actress, and my mother as a medical student. She felt called to be a doctor from the age of 14. And as young a doctor, she met up with my father. She is in the horse. Now we're at St John's Cottage. This is the monthly nurse looking after me. And here I am as a toddler at the garden in 94 Sybil Street. This is my sister Anne. Here I am at Bude, enjoying the seaside. This photo won a competition. Here I am, 5, but when I was 5, my sister and I were nearly evacuated by sea to Canada, to a doctor's family in Canada. But dramatically, the first 2 boats were sunk, and the Churchill decided this was not a good idea, so we never went, and praise God for that. Instead, we came back and Exeter received 19 attacks. We were bombed directly. We had to evacuate in the middle of the night. It was very dramatic. I was 7 at the time. This was the view from my bedroom window, which shows how close the bombs were. Very, very close. Those of us who know will remember we were always brought up with Scotty dogs. They were always a feature of our family. My prep school first 11, the boy next to me also became an ordinand. Now we moved to Malvern when my father was at school there, and amazingly, 30 years later, we had the photo of myself in the very same spot. And we're very grateful by Humphrey and I that Dad stumped up for all of us, which must have cost a lot of money. One thing you probably didn't know, that when I was at school, I was in the choral band. That was fun. I was totally mad climber and gave my parents heart attacks. Also, one particular memory was visiting Adderbury Church. You can see the top of the steeple is somewhat shaded. Uncle Alec and myself climbed up the scaffolding ladder, and at the very top, we met the stonemasons, and they said to us, "Oh, you should climb up the inside of the ladder, not the outside." No health and safety in those days. My very first car was a Triumph 7. I bought it for £15 and used it for 6 months travelling across Bristol to work. Now, my hobby from an early age was magic tricks and conjuring, and that has given me terrific fun all through my life, and still continues to this day. And just been quietly there in the background, and it's given me so much fun. Even here at Court St Tidney this week, I'm doing a country show on Friday afternoon. Here is the young man who only got three O levels at the first time round, getting his theology degree. And then ordination, lovely to see Race Busk and dear Afra, and my best man Simon Starkey. Sadly, they're neither with us anymore. The dashing young curate, and I had just a super time with John Sheldon. He trained me so well, and even today I've been in touch with Linfield and speaking to someone who was one of the curates, one of the young people then, aged 91 now. And we had our away day, and our foundations were laid, and it was a great time. This Alan Tuddenham again. And then Janet came on the scene, and things changed dramatically. And I was married at Ben Ridding, and there's John Edison on the left, John Sheldon on the right, my vicar. They're two little bridesmaids you may or may not recognise. And there's Adrian Wormsley and John Briggs. Welcome them today. And there we are. Our first home, 1 Denison Road in Cheadlehume. And then eventually family came along. Here's Becky at school. And then Becky's little Charlie. And then Africa has been a big part of Africa, an important part of my life during retirement, as well as going out in the story of Daniel. Thank you for those who've been supporting Daniel. He's just amazing how God saved his life, and I was able to go to South Sudan on at least 10 occasions and enjoy life there, do a lot of teaching, trauma counselling, and clergy helping. We've kept in. Daniel is now 21, doing his A-levels. He flies down to Uganda, and thank you for all your support there. His father is the Archbishop of South Sudan and has made me a canon of his cathedral at Yambio, where I went many times. Now, here we have the birthday celebrations that have just passed, and what a happy time it was. And a very big thank you to all who came, and a very big thank you to everyone who contributed for the celebrations. We had 3 big parties. Here we are at the Doubletree Hilton, and I've just been talking to the events manager and thanked her so much for all that her team were able to do. It was a wonderful occasion, and just so many friends from far and near, and more recently and going back a very, very long way. Thank you all for coming, and giving me so many wonderful memories of such a great occasion. Mobile phones are ever with us. And just a great thank you for Janet for her partnering with me on life's journey.